what is AI or artificial intelligence? When we look at the basic definition, it's generally an intelligent machine that can learn and make decisions independently. That means that there is no need for human to, let's say, supervise them, to look at what they are doing. They are just able to make their own decisions based on the inputs from their environment. So there is no need for human supervision. If you like movies and Hollywood, I think you saw some of those already in our imagination. But there is no Matrix or Skynet yet, and this technology is, let's say, more of an ideal, not really something that's happening right now. Where we are today is actually machine learning, which is a field of computer science that gives machines the ability to find patterns in vast amounts of data. That means they can find anomalies, they can find similarities, and they can take large amounts of data and sort them according to some features that are in the samples, or they can actually act on the information they have been given and they have been trained on. Actually, the term is pretty old. It comes from 1950s already. But at that time, the hardware and software was actually non-existent, so it was not possible to reach this, this ideal. Even 10 years ago, it looked something like this. So it was complicated math. It was not for everybody. It wasn't easy to use, easy to deploy. But that has changed as big companies that are in IT have come up with their own solutions and own, let's say, services that are using machine learning. And today, it's actually a modular thing to build an algorithm. So it's pretty easy, and it can be deployed for, let's say, we can say actually any purpose, and then you can see the results. I'm not talking about no ideal anymore. Actually, those things are all around us. So you can have them in your phone, the Siri, Cortana, all those solutions that you know, your personal assistants. Also, self-driving cars are using machine learning. Your Netflix account is suggesting you new movies based on machine learning engines. Also, face recognition or translations. All those things are handled by machine learning today. So that's where we are actually. So what are the main types of machine learning that we know of? Actually, it's supervised learning and unsupervised learning. What is the difference? Let's take a few samples that we have. You can see them on the screens represented by the cubes. They have different features. In this case, when you look at them from this side, it's the color that differentiates them. And unsupervised machine learning is able to sort them in some way. So it shows the color. But this isn't necessarily the best way to sort them. It depends on what the features are that you are looking at, the results that you are trying to achieve. So if we look at the different feature, okay, we turn the cube and we see they have numbering. So these numbers were the features actually that we were after, but the machine learning didn't know that, and it had no training to know that. So this would be maybe the right solution for us, because we put them in some brackets that are similar according to the figure that we can see. So let's move to supervised machine learning, which is the more used approach to machine learning nowadays in all those solutions. It's actually, we have an algorithm that has been trained on a training set. So we have some samples, some, let's say, information items. We sort them in some way or label them. And we say, okay, we have a gray group, we have a red group, we have a green group. So we know which kind of samples should be in those groups, and we are controlling those. These are then fed to the machine, and then we ask the machine, okay, where would you put this sample? It says in the red group, which is correct. And we see, okay, machine learning did a good job and it found the right group. Then we have another sample. We ask it where would it put it, and we see it put it in the gray group, which is wrong. Therefore, you still need a human. Human needs to look at what the machine learning did and tell it, okay, this is not right, and it should be moved here, so in the green group. This process then needs to be repeated many times so that the algorithm gets better and better in what it does. And at the end, maybe you will have something that's much faster than a human. So when you give it 1,000 inputs, it will be able to evaluate those 1,000 inputs in very short time. But you still need to have the control, and you need to supervise what the results are if there is no, let's say, false positives or wrong assessments on the side of the algorithm. Now, what is machine learning in cybersecurity? What is the ideal? We have a sample, so some item, URL, file, anything that it can be. And we take it apart and say, okay, these are the features we are looking at. It can be size, file type, entropy, it can be many different things. And we feed those features to the machine learning algorithm. Based on those features, it should be able to tell us if it's clean or malicious. Yeah, that sounds simple. It looks nice on the graphics, but the reality is often not that easy.